With multiple health updates and more, this is Wrestling Rambles. My name is John, and you're watching the Wrestling Report. Before we move on, make sure you subscribe to Wrestling Rambles with notifications on, and don't forget to like the video. Following AEW Dynamite, president of the company Tony Khan said this to those in attendance.
You're going to be seeing a lot of this guy in 2024, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
On X, Josh Alexander would issue a challenge to former MLW champion Alex Hammerstone for TNA Wrestling Hard to Kill next Saturday.
Today is a good day. And it feels good to say that because 2023 was not kind to me. No, I suffered injury after injury. I lost that thing I fought so hard to earn and keep in that Impact World Championship. And more than all that, I lost a piece of myself somewhere along the way, that thing that made me special. But it's a good day. It's 2024, it's a new year. People are setting resolutions and goals, and me, I'm no different. You see, I intend on getting that piece back in 2024, and I'm gonna do that January 14th at TNA Snake Eyes when I right a wrong and face, once again, Will Ospreay one-on-one. But like I said, it's a good day. TNA is returning January 13th, one day before that. Live on pay-per-view from the world to see. From the Palms Casino in Las Vegas, TNA presents Hard to Kill. And I picked up my phone this morning, and I'm scrolling through social media, and I stumbled across one of these free agents out there in the pro wrestling world. And this one's different than the rest. You see, rather than asking or demanding an opportunity, this one's offering one in the form of an open challenge. Well, let me just get it out the way. Alex Hammerstone, I would like to accept your open challenge. I spoke with TNA management already, so this match is made if you choose to accept. And I will give you the opportunity by opening the door here at TNA Wrestling. And I will roll the welcome mat all the way down to the ring. You say you're a shark in open waters, well, come face the Standard, the Iron Man, the walking weapon, and let's find out. Because 2024, I'm going to get that piece back that I lost somewhere along the way, and I am going to be the best pro wrestler on earth once again. And it starts at Hard to Kill, and it starts with you, Hammerstone.
Going over his current relationship with WWE, Kurt Angle said this for a Q&A session at Steel City Con. So I do certain events with them, so I'm still signed with them. I have a contract with WWE, so I'm sure they're going to possibly use me for something at WrestleMania or Royal Rumble or something. So they always come up with something, so I eventually do something crazy with WWE, and I'm sure I will in the future. With her yet to make an in-ring debut for WWE, Jade Cargill could be seen training as Natalya posted these clips. After coming up short against Okada at Wrestle Kingdom 18, Bryan Danielson said this, as ISFPWI wrote, "Even in losing, that's what I've wanted for the last 13 years, coming to the Tokyo Dome and wrestling someone like Okada. Last time I wrestled Okada, I was disappointed he tapped out. Today, I wrestled Okada with a fire that makes him the best wrestler in the world." Sticking with the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson shared his plans for the future in pro wrestling as he told Tokyo Sports, "I've been actively wrestling every week for an extended period, and I'm looking to scale it back in terms of matches. After this year, I anticipate having around 5 to 10 matches annually." Breaking his silence following the loss to Seth Rollins on Monday Night Raw for the World Heavyweight title, Drew McIntyre posted this video to X.
Just need a second. Since we're filming, got all the messages. Sorry if I've not replied. I've seen what everybody's been saying. What's next for Drew McIntyre? Well, Monday was all or nothing. The honest answer is I don't know. All right, cut it.
Despite winning his 4th never openweight title at Wrestle Kingdom 18, Tama Tonga is seemingly done with New Japan, as it was said that this is Tama Tonga's last month with NJPW. He wants to find work closer to home as he misses his family, and leaving them at home is not something he wants to continue to do, as this was his childhood. He loves Japan, this company, and every wrestler. For everyone questioning it, Tama just made up his mind about leaving. He literally just made it known via his backstage comments. On Instagram, former WWE star Eve Torres revealed an experience on the beach that nearly led to her losing her life, writing, "The ocean isn't something I grew up around, so I have always had a fear around it. I've never been a strong swimmer, so I've been building my relationship with the ocean as my husband and boys love the waves, both surf and swim. Today, me, my father, and Raven went out to the beach against my intuition. We went swimming in waves next to the tide pools. The water was shallow and Raven kept going in a little deeper against my requests. Within minutes, me and Raven were swept out in a rip current, and I could no longer feel the sand with my feet. I yelled for my father to get help, but it was clear he was also not able to swim back. Me and Raven held hands and breathed as I coached him to keep swimming. I think having him next to me helped to keep me from panicking, as I had to keep calm for him. It felt like we were out there for an eternity, although it was likely minutes. He knew we were in a riptide, and he asked me if we were going to die, and I said, no, my love, we are going to be okay. We swam and tried catching the waves in. Then I looked behind me, and we couldn't see my father in the ocean. Raven cried out for him. I finally got to a large rock and still couldn't see my father, but started to scream for help. A brave man came out to help, and I told him my father was out there. He swam to him, while Raven and I kept treading water to get to land. I finally felt more rocks and eventually sand on my feet, but still couldn't see my father. Within moments, I see the man with my father next to him, both swimming towards the rocks. More people came to help, and Raven and I wept on the sand together, knowing we were okay and Papu would be safe. Eventually, they walked my father safely onto the beach. I am proud of how brave and calm Raven remained, and sad knowing he had this experience and has a new fear of the ocean. I guess that is life. Navigating the dangers around us and learning from our close calls. Knowing that we cannot truly experience all that life has to offer without bravely engaging with our fears. While talking with the Bombero, I saw my first hummingbird here in a tree. I felt Raven's Nana's presence there, keeping us safe. It is going to be hard to stop thinking about the what ifs, but I am so immensely grateful for what is." Once again, AEW is reporting videos online that show Chris Jericho on the receiving end of boos and NDA chants following the sexual misconduct allegation. Touching on his previous comments where he claimed Vince McMahon's removal from WWE did irreparable damage to his career, Rick Boogs told Chris Van Vliet on Insight, "Well, I mean, if you look at it objectively, look at my NXT run and then look at when I was seen by Vince and look at that run. Then when management and the whole regime changed again, look at that run. A lot of people say, oh, he was injured. I was supposed to be brought back early when I wasn't cleared, a month or two after rehab. I was really pumped. Yeah, let's get back out there, and it was kiboshed." Asked about his comments regarding a person that had had a grudge against him, Boogs then said. Grudge isn't the right word. In development, I was told, you have an awesome personality and people like you and the crowd is with you. Just keep getting better in the ring. Basically, with that regime, that's all I ever heard. Dude, this is scripted television. We can make this whatever. It's frustrating, but at the same time, I get where both sides are coming from. During that same interview, Rick Boogs would be asked how he has been following his departure from WWE as he said, I'm great, yeah, I'm better than ever right now. Where do we want to start? Let's talk about this. So basically, I started a YouTube channel. It's like, I'm just gonna lead the interview. Boogs also answered if he plans on stepping in between the ropes for more matches down the line. No. When I first decided I was going to do wrestling, pursue it, I had to be all in on something. So like, I was doing strength and conditioning stuff, personal training. I was like, if I'm gonna commit to this other endeavor, I just quit my job. I have a wife and a daughter. I just got unemployed for the sake of, getting hungry that I really wanted to make it happen, which my wife was not happy about. She was like, why did you have to quit? During his time in WWE, Matt Riddle was seen as very goofy on screen. Now it looks as though he is done with that following his release from the company. As he told Fox News, the last couple months, they've been good. I feel like the last probably 10 years I've been wrestling pretty hard in the sense like on the indies before I went to the E. I was pretty busy traveling to Europe and wrestling everywhere, and then of course with the E, I was traveling everywhere. So the last 3 months, I kind of just had my first vacation in a really long time. I had a kid, a little son, Matthew. So it was really getting ready and kind of like a reset button. The last couple of months, I totally just didn't want to do anything other than work out, relax, and take care of my family. And now that it's the new year and I got that time and everything else like that, I think it's just time to cook again and just really been focusing on that and what I want to do in the ring. I feel like before was more of it's always entertainment, but it was a lot of entertainment before. And now I think the direction I'm going in, I'm going to be able to show the world what I can do in the ring and just present that version of myself rather than kind of a goofball on TV. On social media, a young fan posted this video.
Hey guys, it's Blue Dragon from the Wrestling Club, and I really want to go to WrestleMania next year. So if you guys can help me get to WrestleMania next year, please donate to TWC and make my dreams come true.
Responding to this, Cody Rhodes wrote, I could buy a bunch of popcorn or I could just tell you, I've got your tickets and hotels, you're going to WrestleMania 40. Asked if there was a particular reason for not being on AEW programming that much in recent times, former women's champion Britt Baker told DS Shin on Ring the Bell, yeah, I think with our very passionate fans, they're very vocal with what they want, what they don't want, what they like, what they don't like. We listen. I listen. If they are telling me what they want or less of something, okay, I hear you loud and clear. A lot of them said we want less Britt Baker, so if that's what they want, that's what they'll get. Let me take a step back. Hear the rest of the women. Someone else take the ball and run with it and make the women's division about you, and you be the face of the women's division. When no one else can do that, I'll be there to pick up the pieces and do it all over again. As Logan Paul has been called out on multiple occasions for scamming people through CryptoZoo, the WWE US champion released this statement promising a refund. Today, I'm incredibly happy to announce that I'm delivering on my promise to buy back base egg and base animal CryptoZoo NFTs for their original purchase price. This buyback program is being carried out at eggnftbuyback.com. Claims can be submitted through the site through February 8th. I approached the CryptoZoo project like everything else I am passionate about, with only the best possible intentions and success for everyone who shared our vision. I never made a single penny from the project, period. In fact, the opposite is true, because I spent hundreds of thousands of dollars trying to make it happen. With this buyback program, I am personally committing more than $2.3 million to buy back base eggs and base animals from every person who intended to play CryptoZoo. Like you, I was highly disappointed that the game was not delivered. As I said a year ago, CryptoZoo Zoo was derailed by bad actors who did steal money and who betrayed our team while internally sabotaging the game. This has now been confirmed by an extensive investigation that has involved a forensic analysis of blockchain activity and the review of thousands of communications. With this evidence in mind, today I have filed a lawsuit in federal court in Texas to hold these bad actors accountable. The 25-page lawsuit is public and it can be found here. This lawsuit is not based just on snippets of conversations taken out of context. This lawsuit is the result of an exhaustive investigation that included the review of the entirety of conversations and tracking nefarious trading activity related to the project. Nefarious trading activity taken behind our backs, without our knowledge, and with the intention of defrauding us all. As far as the game itself, unfortunately, it will not be released. I personally spent $400,000 to have it developed, and after its completion in early 2023 and some further diligence, unfortunately, there are too many regulatory hurdles that would need to be cleared that I did not originally understand and would ultimately delay this buyback even further. This buyback is a way for me to make whole those who intended to play Crypto Zoo. The buyback is not intended to compensate those who gambled on the crypto market and lost. It's important to remember that the Zoo token was created to support the Crypto Zoo game and its players. It was not intended as an investment vehicle as outlined in the original white paper. This solution has been anything but simple, so I want to thank everyone for their patience as we figured out the logistics of making sure the first ever NFT buyback is a smooth process. Providing an update on his health, Jim Ross, who returned to commentary for the December 20th episode of AEW Dynamite, said this on his Grilling JR podcast. It's pretty good. I got an MRI yesterday to make sure that nothing was wrong with the bone in my tibia where that radiation issue was located. Haven't gotten the results to that back yet. I had it done yesterday, so sooner or later we'll get the results of that. Don't feel like there's anything to be worried about. My doctor just wants to be more cautious than not. The wound is healing, but as long as this blood sugar issue is prominent, it's gonna be hard to heal. I wish we could have known that a year ago, but in any event, it is what it is, and I'll just make it work. That's always been my mantra, to overcome adversity, so it's all good. The wound is still there, still hurts, but I've kind of gotten adjusted to it in a way. It sounds morbid as hell, but it's what it is. You gotta keep fighting. So I'm going to keep fighting and then get past this thing. I had a great time in Oklahoma. Tony Khan let me sit in on a match with the announcers. It was kind of cool. Fans were seemingly happy to see me, which made me feel great, so it's all good. It's just a matter of continuing to battle, stay positive, and get to the finish line. That's where we are now. We're en route to the finish line. We're not there yet, but we're closer than we've ever been. Therefore, I don't know exactly when I'm coming back on the air. Sooner than later, hopefully. With New Japan having their annual Wrestle Kingdom event, former WWE star Dolph Ziggler was in attendance for the show, as it remains to be seen if he ends up signing with the promotion. Ringside News added, as reported by Bodyslam.net, inside sources unveiled the remarkable revelation that Nick Nemeth's unannounced arrival backstage was met with as much astonishment by the wrestling fraternity as it was by the fans. One insider remarked, "Where on earth was he concealing himself?" While another source added, "I never caught a glimpse of him or any inkling of his presence until he stepped into the spotlight." In a couple of videos posted to Instagram, Maria Kanellis talked about how 2023 was difficult and explained complications that she's had with her health following surgery.
Hello and happy 2024. I've been calling 2024 my break-free year, and there's a lot of reasons for that. 2023 was very hard. It was very hard on my family. There were so many changes. I know that a lot of people experience the same things, where it's like you get into a situation where you put these expectations on yourself and you lower your expectations because of the situation that you're in. And you stop dreaming and you stop believing that you can do something bigger. And really, that's what happened in 2023 for me. Is I stopped believing in myself and believing in bigger dreams. And that's really hard for me to admit, because I always tell everyone else, I tell my own children to dream big. And I stopped dreaming big. And I think breaking free to me is getting out from under those expectations, out from lowering my expectations and dreaming big once again. So 2024, let's break free. Hello. So some people have asked what made 2023 so hard. Well, there was a lot of things. I had thyroid surgery in February, and they took out half my thyroid, and I didn't have to get put on thyroid medication. They found a couple cancer cells, but they don't really consider that cancer. They said it could have become that, but they don't really call it cancer. And having that surgery changed the way that my body's metabolism works, and changes the way that my body reacts to food and how it reacts to the gym. And I gained weight this year. And it's the first time I feel like I don't have control over my own body. Been through 2 pregnancies, and through both of them, I felt like I had a bit of control. Even postpartum, I felt like I had control. But this is different, and that's just one of the changes.
Revealing an injury that he suffered recently, AEW star Roosh wrote on X, "In the AEW Continental Classic, I tore my hamstring in the second match I had. I will recover and return ready and hungrier than ever for a fight." Last competing for New Japan Pro Wrestling, Mercedes Mone is believed to be a free agent. It was noted that talks between her and WWE fell through, as AEW seems to be her likely destination. To further add on to the speculation regarding her exit from NJPW, her theme song for the promotion has now been removed from Spotify. She would also take to social media to simply say, "This year gonna be fun," as fans await her next move. And this was your pro wrestling news update. I hope you're all having a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see y'all later.